Well, it's a good win for the Yotes. Denver's a very good team and certainly playing very good basketball coming in tonight, winning 8 of their last 10, including against us in Denver. And so, you know, they have 2 all-league guys in Amigo, who puts so much pressure on you. He drills a 3 at the shot clock early on in the game, but you can see he can really get going and does a great job on the offensive glass. And then, of course, Joe Razga can really get it going. At their place, he scored 13 straight on us early on in the game, and so did a great job on those guys. And then Pemberton's a guy that is really under. People don't talk enough about him. He's been playing his best basketball of his career. He's a lockdown defender, and he's really shot it well this year. So it was a good win, though. I thought we set the tone early. I thought we defended very, very well all game. I mean, you hold a team like that. They were number 7 in the country in three-point field goal percentage, and now they make about just over 7 a game, but their percentages are impeccable. And so I thought we did a great job. We got back on defense and really communicated well and executed our game plan. And then on the flip side, on the offensive end, we were very efficient. Early on, Matt got to the rim, and we were really sharing the ball and playing in attack mode, and we had great balance. And so, when you have a shoot almost 53% from the field and hold a team like that to 33%, usually good things are going to happen. So it's a good W, and we'll enjoy it for about 30 minutes and on to the next.
Let's take questions for the student athletes. Name and affiliation, please.
Matt, Jeremy from MBB. After having to think about last year's loss here for a year, what's it feel like now to get to the championship game?
Yeah, we've had a bad taste in our mouth for a year. It was March 6th last year where we lost to South Dakota State, and this is what we've been working towards, to get back to this moment, to get to the championship game, and to get to the NCAA tournament. So we know we're going to get their best effort. They're a really talented team, a really good team with some good players, but so are we. It's going to be a fight, and looking forward to it.
Third row.
Matt, Zach Borg, ALT. You haven't been shy about saying that if you get to this championship game, you wanted to see them. Now it's here. Is it just go through that? How does this feel to know you're getting a shot, not only for the title, but that redemption?
Yeah, I definitely want to play them. I want to play the best team, and they're the best team. They're the other best team in the league. Yeah, they're the ones who knocked us out, so you want a shot at the team that knocked you out. So really looking forward to the game tomorrow. We're going to be locked in, and we're going to be ready to go. And like I just said, it's going to be a fight. Should be fun.
Mick, we got one down here in front.
Tristan, what were some of those things where you got off to the great start and really kind of kept it going the whole game? What were some things early on that you guys were doing to make that happen?
Obviously, the coaches are always on us about staying aggressive, and I thought Mooney did a great job of setting the tone right away. He got 2 quick layups, and the coaches stay on us about running in transition. We're a good transition team, and when we really get out of there, we can get some easy ones.
Fourth row, back row. Or fifth row.
Matt, you've obviously focused on Omaha and Denver, but how much have you looked to the other side of the bracket and watched SDSU along the way? Have you been looking forward to seeing them here, hoping that they're going to win to get to this moment?
Yeah, we haven't been paying attention to the other side of the bracket at all. We're just taking it one game at a time. But I think, like you guys, we kind of had a feeling that if we took care of business, we would see them in the championship game. So, this is what pretty much everybody wanted. So tomorrow, it's going to be a good game.
Other questions for the student athletes? We'll take one more right here.
I guess for either of you guys, this isn't quite like the Division II era when most of the players on both teams were from the state. All of you guys came from another state. Do you really feel the rivalry, though, when you see that blue, with how close these games have been, in particular the last 2 years? Do you really feel that rivalry, even though none of you were native-born in the state?
Tristan, you want to start with that one?
Yeah, I definitely feel the rivalry. Just last year, I think we played them 3 times, and each game was decided by 2 or 3 points. So it really has that rivalry atmosphere. And when they came to our home, it was sold out, and we were there, sold out, and tomorrow it's probably going to be sold out too. So I'm excited to go.
Matt, anything you want to add?
Yeah, a lot of us aren't from the state of South Dakota, but this is the university we chose to go to. And, you know, I love the University of South Dakota and the coaching staff for giving me an opportunity. And I'm sure all the guys would say the same thing. And the fans have embraced us and the community's embraced us. And, you know, we really I forgot what I was going to say. But, yeah, we definitely feel a part of this rivalry, even though we're not from the state. It's a big-time rivalry.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and excuse you and let you guys get ready for tomorrow night. Congratulations. We'll see you here tomorrow. We'll take some questions for Coach Smith.
You guys like Mooney? He's even got the accent down a little bit every now and then. Dakota.
We'll go to the front row.
Craig, Rodney Billups said yesterday that tempo was going to be a big part of this game, and he really wanted to slow it down, knowing that you guys would want to speed it up a little bit. Were you successful in making that a factor in the game?
I think so, but tempo is always it's always a fine line. I mean, you know, if you look at their numbers, they were. I got to think about this for a second. I believe when their opponents scored 70 or more, they were 3-13, counting last night's win. And I think it was 70-70, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of regulation. And they were, counting last night's win, 8-1 when they got to 80 or more. So, like, there's a little bit of a middle ground in there, but those, you know, over a course of a season, those numbers don't lie. And so, you know, so that was part of it, I guess, in my mind. I was thinking, we didn't talk about that a lot with the team, but I just think when you build a program and you build your team, you have to build it for any style. Because when you have to play in an MTE tournament or an exempt tournament, or you have to play in your conference tournament where you're playing 3 games in 3 days or 3 games in 4 days or whatever. And I learned this when I was an NAI coach. I was in that tournament that's coming up on Wednesday. In my last year there, we had to win 5 games in 6 days. And so you better be built for everything. You better be built for physicality. You better be built for speed. You better be built for you know, athleticism, whatever ground and pound is, I think they say in football. So you got to be ready for everything. And so whatever that means, you know, but certainly I loved how we played tonight. I thought we had great pace. And I just thought we played with vigor. And, you know, the Denver game they just kicked our butt at their place. And we reminded our guys of that plenty over the last 24 hours. And we have a competitive team. We have a lot of guys that are great teammates and great people, but super, super competitive. And we were ready to roll tonight.
All the way in the back.
Coach Smith, you guys have talked all year about wanting to get to this 3rd season and wanting to get to this moment, getting in a tournament title game. Now that the moment is here, how do you just treat it like another game and block out 10,000 fans and block out the noise, or maybe do you embrace that? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's a great question. I think you embrace it, and that's why you go through this. Last year, we were one of the youngest teams in the country, and certainly one of the least in terms of experience playing together, minutes continuity, right, Jeremy? And so you have that, but then you also have, like, there's a reason you schedule the way you do in non-conference. I mean, the experience. So first of all, the experience here last year. I mean, we had 10 guys in our program that never played in the Premier Center, you know, last year. And 10 of them out of our 15. And so that was all new. And that environment last year. And then you add on the ability to play at TCU, who was ranked as high as 9th in the country, and having a chance to beat those guys at the wire. It's hard to replicate that. Or playing at Duke and Cameron Indoor and what that feels like, and at UCLA. And I bring up obviously all those names because I think you have to experience that as a player and how you react to that, the rush, the adrenaline, the whatever's thrown at you, the officiating, whether it's good or bad, the style of play, the level of physicality, coaches yelling at you because you made a mistake, and the scoreboard. You know, at Duke we're down by, I don't know what it was, 30 or something like that, 29, whatever it was, and we were able to climb all the way back and make it a 16-point game. And we're not into moral victories, but that showed me something about our resolve of our team to be able to do that at a place like that. And so you try to put your guys in those kind of positions as much as possible so they can learn about themselves and, more importantly, learn about your team, whether it's a coach or each other within the program.
We have one in the last row there.
Coach, after not knowing who you're going to play until late last night, can you talk about how important it was for those guys to just kind of grind down and play at such a high level today?
Yeah, it's a great question because it is. We've never been in the late slot, I guess, until this year, and and then of course it's a double overtime game, but our guys, I mean, at this point, you kind of know each other inside out and backwards, and Denver knows us inside out and backwards, and so on and so forth. But certainly teams are always evolving and changing. And Denver was the first game of the second go-round, so we hadn't played them in a month. So there is a little bit more of, all right, we got to rewind here a little bit and figure out what we need to do in terms of their stuff. So, and they're a unique team. They play different than every team in our league. So you got to really be on point with some things on both sides of the ball. So credit our guys to get ready to roll. It was a late night when we were done with film, and I expect it to be the same tonight.
Let's take one here.
Coach, to play off that, they're already calling tomorrow the biggest day in South Dakota sports history between the men's and women's programs all playing for championships. Are any of you guys going to get any sleep tonight? How do you feel like these guys are going to get any rest? Are you on adrenaline at this point?
Well, I'm not sure about the players, but I've worked out 8 days straight, so I'm tired. I'll sleep like a baby. But, this is what they want. This is, I think it's, how great is this? First of all, for the Summit League in terms of clearly the two best teams all year are playing for it all, for playing to represent their schools and their state in the NCAA tournament. And that's a pretty neat deal. What a great opportunity for both schools, and to have on the, I don't know everything about the women's side except both those teams are really, really good. But, for South Dakota State being ranked 4th in the mid-major poll this week, we're ranked 6th. To have two schools like that, less than 2 hours apart, what a credit to both schools, to both administrations, to both athletic departments for really having the tools of leadership to allow both programs to have the opportunity to be as successful as they are. And so it's going to be great for the Summit League. It's going to be fantastic for the state of South Dakota, whether you're a Jackrabbit fan or you're a Yote fan. It's going to be a day for the ages.
Anything else for Coach? Let's take one more right here.
John Gaskins, KWSN Radio, Sioux Falls. Just refresh your memory about what worked for you guys so well in beating SDSU in January. What burned you, albeit in a close game, in February, and what you need to do against them specifically tomorrow?
Well, we have to rebound. You look at tonight. Denver has 19 offensive boards, and at South Dakota State they had 17 offensive boards. We certainly got to rebound the basketball a lot better than we did in Brookings. We did a great job of that at home. I think if I remember right, they had 4 offensive rebounds, so that's a pretty big discrepancy there. I thought defensively, I thought we defended pretty well both games. Certainly they put you in a lot of positions because they have so many good players, and they're very well coached. And so they put you in a lot of positions where it's chaos on the defensive end. And then on the offensive end, they did a good job. I thought on offense we played a lot more fluid, maybe is the right word. And, of course, we made shots at home, and that always helps. And we didn't shoot it nearly as well, and part of that was us, and a big part of that was them, the way they defended. So, like any championship game, you expect it to come down to the wire. And as a coach, you want to put your team in the best position to have a chance to win. And then at this time of year, players make plays, right? And there's going to be a lot of very, very good players on that floor tomorrow night.